Welcome to Nom 9 Radio and Television Station. Here come to the news today. On December 5th, at the International Convention Center, Hanoi, the Vietnam Economic Forum 2021 Recovery and Sustainable Development took place. National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ chairs the forum. After the speech of National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ on December 5th, the Vietnam Economic Forum 2021 took place in the plenary session. Economic experts discussed and suggested fiscal and monetary policies to support socio-economic recovery and development, sharing international experience in economic recovery after the COVID-19 pandemic and policy implications for Vietnam. According to the delegates, in the short term, the objective of the financial support package is to contain the pandemic and minimize the impact on health and the economy. So it is necessary to prioritize health spending, ensuring social security support for the business sector. In the long term, to support the economic recovery, fiscal measures should gradually shift from direct support to indirect support, from financial aid to mechanism support, from the one to the few who are still under the long-term effects of COVID-19, towards promoting innovation, digital transformation, and the green and the sustainable growth, suggesting in formulating policy to support socio-economic recovery and development. Mr. Francois Pancho, resident representative of the International Monetary Fund in Vietnam, says that it is necessary to focus on spending instead of tax reduction or deferral. On December 5th, at the government headquarters, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính chairs a meeting with ministries, branches, and units on import research and technology transfer to reduce vaccines and medicines to treat COVID-19. At the meeting, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính emphasized that in the measures to prevent and control the pandemic, vaccines, medicines, and people's awareness are very basic. The government has been directing and implementing the vaccine strategy for many months now, recently adding the issue of therapeutic drugs. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính requested that by December 15th, the second injection must be completed for people 18 years of age and older, calculate and determine people that need the third injection, calculate when to complete injections for children 12 years of age and older, when to start injections for children under 12 years of age. According to the Vietnam Real Estate Association, in 2021, the total products offered for sale on the national markets have reached over 165,000 products. Total transactions volume nationwide have reached more than 61,700 products. Though there were a huge difference between supply and demand, although affected by COVID-19 pandemic, the rate A of fixed assessment in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City was almost unaffected and did not change much. While rates B and C are strongly affected, the return rate is about 30%. Office rental prices have not decreased, but in fact, most premises owners must support tenants 10 to 30% of the rental price during the implementation of Directive 16 of the government. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova says on December 5th that the U.S. Air Force have threatened civil aircraft. In a post on Telegram, Zakharova expressed concern about the increasing intensity of NATO flights near Russia's border, including over the Black Sea. According to the Zakharova, on December 3rd, a U.S. spy plane CL-600 dropped from 11,000 to 9,200 meters above the Black Sea, near Russia's air traffic control area, and disturbed the flight paths of two civil planes. Even though the disaster has now been averted in the airspace over the open space of the Black Sea, this does not mean that the US and NATO can continue to endanger human life without sanctions, Zakharova stressed. Ms. Zakharova noted that the Russian aviation authorities would protest through diplomatic channels. In a televised interview to mark 100 days in power, Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi on December 5th last year addressed Iranian economic concerns and affirmed that his government is working to lift sanctions. President Raisi, who took office in August, deprides himself as the pious fighter who fights corruption for the poor. The government is doing its best to achieve economic stability and predictable market, Raisi told reporters. Mr. Raisi also said sanctions relief were being vigorously pursued, alluding to negotiations over a 2015 nuclear deal that would have eased sanctions on Iran in exchange for limiting Tehran's nuclear program. That is the end of the news today. Thanks for watching us. Have a good time. Goodbye.